All right, class, welcome. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. Okay, so as you all know, we have been working on our argumentative essay. Okay, so at this point, you guys should have a couple of solid arguments down, a couple of body paragraphs written. We're kind of, working through this essay. We're at a pretty good point now, and I'd like to introduce another concept to you guys that I would like each and every one of you to have in your essay. Okay, and that is going to be a rebuttal. Right? Now, before we get into rebuttals and address our essential questions and things like that, I'd like you to picture a scenario, okay? So just imagine you and I, we're like best buddies or whatever, and I come up to you on a Thursday night, okay? I come up to you, and you've got a lot of homework to do. You're a little stressed out. It's not like an overwhelming amount, but you've got some homework, a couple hours worth. I come up to you and I say, we need to go to a movie, okay? Let's go to a movie. I approach you with this argument, okay? Let's go to a movie. I come up to you and I have three main arguments. I say, all right, listen, we get that good movie theater popcorn. I know how much you love the movie theater popcorn, okay? The movie got great reviews, so why wouldn't we go? Great reviews. And I have a half off coupon, so we're gonna be paying half off. We have to go. Come on, we have to go, okay? So I list all these arguments to you guys. I'm enthusiastic about it, but what's something that you're still maybe thinking about? Something that's deterring you from going to the movie? Homework. Yeah, Ariel, homework, okay? So if I come up to you and I'm just talking about what I want and I'm not addressing the fact that you have homework to do, can someone tell me maybe how that would make you feel as someone who is having this debate with me? Anyone have any ideas?
Well, I think part of it would be if you don't go and you turn your friend down who's so excited to bring you to the movie, there's a little bit of guilt there.
Yeah.
And you don't want to let them down.
Sure. Okay. So maybe some guilt. So negative feeling. You're not feeling too good. Any other ideas? Yeah.
I think you feel conflicted because you do kind of want to go to the movies. Those are good arguments.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly. Good arguments. The half off coupon. I mean, come on. So it's really, you're kind of feeling negative is what I'm getting. You're not getting a good sense. You're not really feeling like extremely drawn towards going to the movie because you have this feeling of guilt and conflict and you've got this homework that's pulling you down. So, all right, so erase that. I didn't come up to you and say that. Forget all that. Rewind. Okay, I come up to you and I say, all right, listen, I really want to go to this movie, okay? Popcorn. I know how much you love movie theater popcorn. We both love it. It'll be great, okay? The movie got great reviews, okay? I have a half off coupon. We'll get in there for cheaper. All right, and listen, I understand you have homework to do tonight. I know you have 2 hours worth of homework, but here's the deal. We're going to be back from the movie at 9 o'clock, okay? That'll give you 2 hours to do your homework. It'll be 11. You'll get to bed by 11:30. You don't even have class till 9 tomorrow, so you're still getting a good 8 hours of sleep, okay? So I come up to you with that argument. How does that change things? Can someone maybe compare argument A to argument B with me? Any takers?
Well, argument B has that last component to help resolve conflict, to say that, well, you can have your cake and eat it too.
Exactly. You can have your cake and eat it too. Yeah. Any other ideas of how maybe that could change things for you as someone who's having this debate with me?
Well, I guess, for me anyway, it'd be like, oh, well, if my friend feels that way too, then I shouldn't feel guilty about it, because they do have a good point.
Yeah.
So I'll just forget about the homework.
Exactly. You do have a good point. That's a good thing for you to say there. So essentially, what we're looking at here is a rebuttal. And what we'd like for our essential question today is I'd like for you guys to understand how exactly a rebuttal can influence your argument. Okay? And so we're going to be looking at the two different components of an argument, of a rebuttal. And I kind of demonstrated that for you guys in a sense. But the first is acknowledging the opposing argument. Okay, so in your argumentative essays, you guys have this argument. You're trying to persuade an audience for believing something or taking a specific action. Okay? So if I'm listing off all these reasons why you should agree with me on my argument, why would I point out something that goes against my argument? Because essentially, that's what a rebuttal is. In a rebuttal, you're saying, all right, here's something that goes against my argument. Okay, you're pointing that out. So why might you do that? Does Does anybody have any ideas as to why you might do that?
Well, first, I mean, is to kind of acknowledge the fact that there are arguments against it.
Yeah.
And then also to show the other person that you're thinking of their side too and not just yourself.
That's a great point, okay? So what might that say about you as a person or as a student of rhetoric? What might that say about you if you're willing to consider the other side? Do we have anyone in the back there with any answers?
I think it makes you and your point more attractive to an audience when considering all angles.
Yeah.
I think it validates to a certain extent that party's point or argument.
Yeah, very good answer, Josh. Because you know when this person's reading this argumentative essay that you have to assume that this person is going to be pretty smart. They're going to be a logical person, and they're going to be aware of these arguments, and they might even have strong beliefs in these arguments that deter against your argument. Okay? So another thing I'd like to point out is one reason why you might address one of their arguments in your paper is because as they're reading, what's something, you know, despite all your good arguments that you're highlighting, what's something that's still going to be kind of chirping at them in the back of their mind as they're reading? Anyone?
You're going to be looking for faults in your argument, where if you just point them all and realize that you have faults, it kind of shows that, I don't know, if you're the bigger person for
Sure.
realizing that there's still, both sides.
That's exactly right. So it would be a pretty big thing for someone if they're reading through your essay and they're starting to get to the end and they've got this argument of theirs sort of barking at them in the back of their mind. But before they even get to the end of their essay, you address the argument, you argue against it, you refute it, okay? So that's kind of a big thing, all right? So you acknowledge the opposing argument, all right? The second step is contradicting the opposing argument, okay? So in order to do this, does anybody have an idea of what sorts of things or ways or approaches might be best to do this? And to sort of exemplify this, I'm going to use the example. I come up to you and say, let's go to the movie, list my reasons, but I say, I know you have homework to do, but whatever. It's neither here nor there. Like, your homework will be fine. I don't give you reasons why your homework will be fine, but I just say your homework's gonna be fine. It'll take care of itself, okay? What might you be thinking as someone who am trying to get to come to this movie with me? What might be a thought if I don't like really address your homework?
You don't really care, and it's still my problem to deal with,
Exactly.
or to think through or figure out, and you're just kind of brushing it off, like it doesn't matter.
Exactly. I address it, but I brush it off, right? So when you're using a rebuttal, it's important to use solid facts, okay? Solid statistics, solid quotes, solid articles, scholarly articles, things that are almost irrefutable, okay? Irrefutable to argue your argument, all right? Within the word irrefutable is the word refute. And to have a refutal is essentially to win a rebuttal, okay? If you're having a rebuttal and it's irrefutable and it persuades your audience to take in your action, then it becomes a refutal, okay? So irrefutable evidence, all right? So, good thoughts, guys, very good thoughts. What we're gonna do now is, I would like us to all be in a scenario together, okay? I know you guys are students, I know I'm a teacher, but imagine we're all teachers, okay? Josh, you're the principal. Devin, you're the, I don't know, the lunch lady, okay? So we're all part of the staff together, all right? And our high school currently allows students to leave campus for lunch and go wherever they want, all right? But what we're doing is we're trying to talk these students into staying on campus for lunch. And we've decided that that's going to be our new policy, but we have to address this to the students, okay? So what we're going to do is we're coming up with this together. What we want to do is address some arguments that the students might have against us, okay? We want to address those arguments, and then what we want to do is we want to prove those arguments wrong by using a strong rebuttal,